Section 1. The what and why for projects. To begin, let's consider the life cycle of a project at large. There are a lot of ways to manage the development cycle of projects, which we'll go over in our lab activities, but basically a project never just goes straight from an idea to existing. We have to take steps and stages, and the more thought and seriousness you put into your project cycle, usually the more efficient and high quality your output will be. We do start with an idea, then we work through 4 stages of project management. The first is the pre-project planning stage. Before investing too much time developing an idea that might not be needed, we have to do some pre-planning. We do that to define the problem, identifying the needs, goals, objectives, and constraints. We research the context. We identify potential variations and alternatives, and we need to consult with our stakeholders. In a class project, for example, this pre-planning stage might look like reviewing the assignment sheet and brainstorming some options you can work with. You would also do light research to make sure all of your topic options have enough substance or quality to them for the assignment. And then you can meet with your professor as a stakeholder to answer any questions and confirm your topic will work. That stage saves you a lot of trouble than if you just dive into the first idea that you have. Remember, you can only make the best choice if you give yourself viable options. Once the idea's viability is considered, we get into the project development stage. Basically, now that you know your idea holds up, you can start working towards it by writing the plan, the timeline, the budget, the tools, developing or designing the detailed concepts, submitting or responding to RFPs with formal proposals. In our classroom example, this development stage is when we create our sketches, outlines, and really organize the project. Here you also set your personal due dates and milestones to get it done. Now, since you created a clear plan in the development stage, you can get into the project implementation next. Here's where you actually do the work. So you might write contracts and apply for permits in your construction and building sites. You're going to report on your progress all along the way, and you need to document and record those project elements to reference later. You also continue your research and design improvements. Here, in that class situation, is where drafting, checking in with your professor, working with your study groups, and using all of the resources you have to finish the project come into play. And finally, the project completion stage. Being finished doesn't actually mean the project is done. We still need to provide the final reports and documentation, such as completion reports or retrospectives. We have to close contracts and pay the people, and build out any ongoing support. It could be user guides for your stuff, FAQs, assessment plans, maintenance schedules, and any other follow-ups. Here's where you wait for your grade in a classroom and possibly make revisions or resubmissions if your professor allows it. You definitely review the feedback and think of how to incorporate it into future projects, and just generally assess how it all went and where you can improve.